Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential Game Week 16 wildcard draft. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, are you thinking of wildcarding this week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the goalkeepers and the defense. We do have Raya and Fabianski still the first choice kind of like goalkeepers I'd put in a wildcard draft. Fabianski has moved up to a 4.1 mil price tag. He has still kept his spot though, even though Areola is back. So again, I'd just go with him over a 4 mil keeper. It's only a 0.1 difference, and it does kind of potentially get you 2 playing goalkeepers instead of 1 for when you obviously want to play your bench boost. So that's why Fabianski makes the squad. Basically self-explanatory anyway. Still got Raya as well, 5.5 mil. Really nice fixtures coming up for Arsenal. Again, they were unlucky to concede in that Fulham game. They kept Fulham down to a very low XG. And it was just a really good finish from Raul Jimenez to really concede that goal. So with the fixtures that we've got coming up, like Everton at home, Palace, and then also Ipswich, it's just really nice fixtures for Arsenal, especially from a defensive standpoint. So I definitely would want at least one Arsenal defender over the next few fixtures. Ray is just the cheapest. I mean, Timber probably offers you more, but when Ben White is back, Timber maybe becomes a little bit less of an option. So that's why I've gone Raya and Fabianski. I just really like this double up. Again, you could go Sanchez, but I feel like he might get dropped soon, man. The amount of mistakes he makes in fixtures is just absolutely ridiculous. And it's not really a player that I would personally go with. Obviously, the Chelsea fixtures are so good, but you could just go with a Chelsea defender as well instead, like Colwill. Maybe Cucurella. Cucurella does have a rotation in him and stuff like that. I mean, I guess Colwill does as well. He did miss the midweek fixture last week, but at the same time, Colwill is just more of a sure starter for this busy Christmas period that I think is going to be coming up. So either way, Raya and Fabianski do make the goalkeeper duo. At the back, we have Saliba, Kirkez, Colwill, Trent, and then we also have Robinson as well. So we'll start off with Robinson. Obviously, he's got Liverpool away this week, not ideal, but after that, the Fulham fixtures are actually relatively nice, and you can just kind of rotate him with other kind of playing defenders as well. Again, there's no like 4 mil defensive players here. They're all a little bit pricier, but again, you do have the money for that in the bank. I still have 0.2 mil in the bank in this squad, and I feel like with the busy period coming up, it's just better to have defenders that you know are most likely going to start instead of like 4 mil defenses for bad teams that are not going to be very useful coming off your bench. Like a lot of people still have Greaves. He's just a massive rotation risk at the moment. Some people have like Harwood Bellis and stuff, who plays for one of the worst teams in the league. So it's not really worth it in my opinion. I'd play a little bit extra money and then obviously you were able to get these 4.5 mil defenders. But yeah, Robinson obviously has Southampton after the Liverpool fixture. Also has Bournemouth coming up, Ipswich at home coming up. Some really nice home fixtures for Robinson. And again, you can rotate him with players like Kirkez and players with Colwill and stuff like that. So I really like Robinson as an option on a wildcard draft. Also gone Trent as well. Again, did miss the fixture because of the storm. But again, the fixtures that we've got coming up for Trent are really nice. You could go Van Dijk if you can't make the money for Trent. That's still an option. They do have a double game week obviously coming up now because of that postponement. I think a lot of people are going to be triple captaining Salah in that week. It could be part of a big double. We don't really know. It probably will be, but again, it depends how far certain teams get in different competitions and different cups and stuff like that. But I really like Trent as an option. I think he's, I mean, he came off the bench the other day and got 2 assists. So if he can start games now, it's going to be even better. Gone Colwill as well. More of a kind of a sure starter in that Chelsea back line. I get that he got rotated out midweek, but at the end of the day, he's still, I think, first choice centre back in that Chelsea defence. And with the fixtures they've got coming up, I feel like you just have to go triple Chelsea because, again, the fixtures are just so good. We've also gone Kirkez as well. Again, his numbers have been very impressive for Bournemouth. Should have got an assist at the weekend. It was like, he created a chance. It was like a 0.94 XG, but the Bournemouth player missed it. Again, should have gone in. If that goes in, then that's another assist for Kirkez, who's been very good lately. And again, the fixtures for Bournemouth coming up really nice. Again, rotates really well with Robinson as well, because you can play Kirkez this week, who's got West Ham at home, and then when he's got Man United away, you can play Robinson, who's got Southampton at home, and then when Robinson's got Chelsea away, you can play Kirkez, who's got Palace at home, and then obviously the week after, you can play either one, really. Kirkez, I mean, they play each other, and then obviously after that, they've also both got really good fixtures. So they just rotate really nice over the next like 5-6 fixtures, and they both are basically sure starters as well. So I do like them as a double up. And then I've also gone with Saliba as well over Gabriel. If Gabriel is deemed to be fit, I'd prefer Gabriel because his attacking threat's just better. Again, Saliba scored a goal with his back the other day. I mean, it is one of those things. Like it's just one of those weird goals that he didn't know anything about it, but it went in. Gabriel, I just think more of a bullet header on him. So for his attacking threat, I prefer him. But again, we don't know when he's going to be back. So that's why I've gone Saliba on this wildcard draft. So that's the back line and the goalkeepers. In midfield, we have doubled up on Chelsea. We've also gone Saka, Rodgers, and Salah. So, I mean, a lot of these pick themselves. I think Saka, Palmer, and Salah over the next 3 are just going to produce so many points. I mean, the captaincy choice is really up for debate. I mean, a lot of people, like say, would have gone Salah, I think, this weekend. That's just been, but obviously because of the storm, a lot of people went Saka and Palmer instead. This week, they're all playing, and they've all got really nice fixtures. They're all home fixtures. They're all against teams that don't necessarily keep the most clean sheets. I'd probably say Salah's got the harder fixture. Like Brentford away from home, oh, not very good. And then Everton away from home, also not very good. So I think Palmer and Saka could also be really good captaincy shouts this week, but it's just one of those, like, you could flip a coin really between any of them and see which one you get, but it's going to be a tough one. I've also got Enzo Fernandez as well. I just think he's one of the better options around that price point now. I think he actually just got a price rise, but he's getting 90 minutes a lot more. He's a lot more likely to get 90 minutes now, and he's playing a lot further up as well. He's getting a lot more attacking returns, which is obviously very, very nice. And he's only 5 mil. He can easily be your 8th attacker. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I do like him, especially with the options, especially with the fixtures they've got coming up as well, should I say. It's just a really, really good player to have, I think. Obviously, nowhere near as good as Cole Palmer. He's never covering Palmer in any way, shape, or form. Like we all thought Nkunku would at the start of the season. Definitely did not. But yeah, Enzo and Palmer are the Chelsea double up that I've gone with in midfield. Rodgers is also in this team as well. Again, when he plays City and Newcastle, you can just play Enzo Fernandez instead, who've obviously got some nice fixtures. But again, he's just another cheap player that hopefully will just kind of keep getting returns and stuff. And then Saka as well, a player that I think should be in every wildcard draft. Was unlucky not to score at the weekend. Obviously was offside, Martinelli was by not very much, but yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. Not because I was a Saka captainer, but yeah, it was. It could have been a change up in the title race as well. They're just dropping more points, aren't they? So either way, that's the midfield. I think 3 of them obviously pick themselves, and then Rodgers and Enzo Fernandez can easily be like a Smith Rowe, could be a Semenyo, could be anybody like that. It is generally up for you, up to debate. Like if you did want to bring in, I don't know, Semenyo instead of Enzo Fernandez, then you'd have to downgrade Trent to a Van Dijk. That'd offer you 0.6 more, and then obviously you upgrade Enzo to one of those players if you'd like to do that. So that's the midfield and the defense, and then up top we also have João Pedro, who has some really nice fixtures over the next 3. We've got Isak as well, and I've also gone Evan Nilsson. So the Isak one is also up for debate. You could easily go Jackson. You'd have to get rid of Enzo or Colwill if you wanted to go Jackson instead, which again I also think is a great shout. I just went with Isak because he's on penalties, and they do have 2 really nice fixtures coming up. But obviously over the long run, Jackson does have better fixtures. Jackson is on 4 yellows though. He keeps dodging it. He's not getting that 5th yellow. But if you wanted to go fixtures instead of, I guess, a penalty taker, then obviously you go Jackson instead. But yeah, that's up for debate really. I think there's like a 0.4 between them, so it's not a massive difference. And I think I'd rather pay 0.4 for penalties. And again, Isak has found some form again. They are scoring more goals. Again, he should have scored 2 at the weekend, but tried to take it around Fleck, and for whatever reason, he could have just kicked it in. But either way, Isak's in that squad. João Pedro also in that squad as well. Again, really nice fixtures coming up for him. I understand in like 4 or 5 game weeks time, it might be a little bit worse because obviously they've got some tough fixtures coming up with Villa and Arsenal and stuff. But it's one of those things, like you don't have to play him every single week. You have multiple players in this team that can play instead of João Pedro. Like if you want to play if you want to play Enzo Fernandez, who's got Ipswich away instead of João Pedro, who's got Villa away, then obviously that's fine. And then we've also got Evan Nilsson as well. Like I say, Bournemouth just look really good at the moment. They're scoring a lot more goals. Evan Nilsson's been in the heart of a lot of them. And for only 6.1 as well, he's only a little bit more expensive than players like Strand Larsen and João Pedro. And again, he's getting like 70 to 80 minutes every single game, so it's not too bad at all. But yeah, there's no like Wolves players in this. I think Wolves are just a bit of a bad team to target now. They do have Ipswich and Leicester both coming up, but Kuna's kind of not really getting much. I mean, I don't really know how they didn't get a penalty last night, in my opinion, but it is what it is. And then obviously Strand Larsen got that early substitution as well. So I probably wouldn't go near any Wolves attackers, even though they do have some really nice fixtures coming up, because after that, their fixtures are really, really bad. So that's the wildcard draft that I've got currently. Again, it's not mine, it's just one that I would probably go with if I was on one. But if you enjoyed the video, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 100 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this wildcard draft. Would you go with something similar to this, or would you, I don't know, go for different plays completely? But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.